Hello, Cancer. The energy today is rare. A door is opening that doesn't open often. What I'm sensing for you is a breakthrough, tangible, powerful, and already reaching toward you. All right. Today's frequency is all about opportunity. This energy shows up when something in your path suddenly becomes accessible, and it may be a message, a person, a chance, a shift in timing, or even a change in your own confidence. You're stepping into a moment where your actions carry more weight than usual. Choices matter. Timing matters. And the universe is giving you a direct path towards something you've been calling in. As the cards unfold, you'll see where this opening is, how to recognize it, and what kind of aligned action turns this from possibility into reality. Now let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right over here with Jimbo, the Lizard King, a.k.a. Mr. Lizard, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading, if at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be. Put your prediction in the comments right below the video. Now, as we look around the room, we see major arcana cards, two majors. We see fire. We see water, a lot of water. A little bit of air. Okay, a little bit of air. And no earth energies. Okay, so this fire that you have, this desire, this passion, this confidence, this willpower, this stamina is being kind of rained on, right? There's a lot of emotional energy. The water is kind of antagonistic to all of the fire, okay? But you're a resilient person. You have determination. You do have stamina. You do have endurance. You're dedicated. You're somebody that when you say you're going to do something, you don't quit. If you make a promise, you follow through. And you don't go back on your word. You don't break your promises. It takes a lot for you to break a promise. You're dedicated. But you may be feeling a little bit worn out as well, okay? Spirit's saying you're stronger than you think. So keep going. This is the final effort before success. Okay? Protect your time, protect your energy. Don't let old fears come back. Okay? Stay steady. Stay persistent. Because that's the superpower right now. You've got to be committed. See, strength is your ability to commit to something, to sustain commitment even under pressure. And there's a lot of emotional pressure right now. You're a little like bonfire in a monsoon. And you're trying to hold the line. You're so close. Okay? You are so close. And you're more than capable. I feel like this is the final push. Okay? And so our next card, being the Hanged Man, is kind of, I think, telling you not to throw in the towel. Don't do it. Okay? Don't surrender. Don't pause your actions right now. Don't, kind of in really a way of saying, don't stop doing what you're doing. Okay? Don't stop pushing. Don't let things reorganize right now. You may want to. You may want to surrender. No surrender. Okay? But you can release expectations. This is someone who is sort of lying down on the blacksmith's anvil and saying, I know this is going to hurt. I know that I'm going to be banged around. I'm going to get hammered by life. But I expected that. This is voluntary suffering and voluntary sacrifice. And it's really telling you and telling me here that you have sacrificed a lot for what you're doing. Don't stop now, otherwise all this sacrifice will just be a waste. It is a sacred sacrifice, what you've put into something. So don't stop it now. Okay? This is a process of transformation that does not feel good. Okay? Surrender to the process, maybe. Surrender to the conditions, but don't quit, because a new view is coming in. Okay, this is a voluntary sacrifice, because this was not an easy thing that you've set out to do. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if this is a relationship, this is something at home, at work, at school, whatever it is. If you quit now, all the suffering that you've already endured, what was it all for? It's kind of like saying we can't quit. There's no way we can quit now, you know. But what we do have, we can look at our 5 and our 5. We have the monsoon. You're this fire. You're this bonfire. There are strong winds and rain. This is the weather. Strong winds and rain. Okay? And that's what you're perceiving right now. That's what you're witnessing that. However, you're trying to keep your fire burning. And I think that, I kind of think you're adding a little more fuel to that fire. And then that fire surges. Okay? But down below we have a 7 of Cups. That internal feeling. Okay? This might be a feeling of confusion, a feeling like I've got other options that may be better, right? It's kind of like something looks better than it actually is. I kind of feel like there's some part of you that is saying like, if I take a different path, it would be easier. It would be better if I went that way. Okay? And I don't think, I think you're kind of entertaining the idea of switching gears or changing course or getting onto a new path, but I feel like you have such a strong love for what you're doing now that you're enduring a little bit of this swamp. This is mud. This is the monsoon. This is the bad conditions. This is the weather. And all that wind and rain has now created a little bit of it's a little bit muddy. It doesn't look so good outside, you know? But don't make an emotional decision right now. We've got to clear our minds. This is a feeling that it kind of feels like anywhere but here would be better. Okay? So it's kind of saying that we're not in a good place to choose something different. And choosing something different now would just be us trying to escape the weather. But the weather is, just when it rains at your house, you don't go looking for a new house. Maybe if it rains too often, sure. Maybe if you realize, I really don't like the weather in this town, I want to go move to a town where there's more sunshine. I think that this is temporary. Okay? But I think inside here, we're kind of feeling like it's raining outside, I'm stuck in the house, I'm stuck in the mud, I can't move, I can't go anywhere, nothing's happening. And because it's raining outside, we get kind of restless. When you're a kid, or if you have kids now, it could be perfectly sunny outside. And the kid says, I just want to stay in the house and relax. But if it starts raining, you tell the kid they can't go outside because it's pouring rain, then they're going to start getting really antsy inside the house and say, I want to go out, I want to go out. It's just because things feel stuck right now that we're feeling this anxiety or this impulse to flee. Don't flee. Okay, because that wouldn't be a sober-minded, level-headed decision right now. Okay? So we've got to bring reality back into the picture, and you have to take kind of a refreshed kind of look. And really it's saying don't do anything now until the storm clears, and then you can make a decision. Then you can figure out what you want to do. Okay? The sobriety of your mind is where your power is, and this is not that. Okay? You may feel like the weather is better somewhere else, or that the grass is greener somewhere else, but it isn't. Okay? This is the sort of desire to escape. Now, you've got this Fool energy back here, too. Because I think what the Fool did, and this is kind of recent past, I think the Fool took a leap. I think that you had a fresh start in life. Okay? And sometimes when we make a fresh start, right, when we take a leap, let's say, a leap of faith, we trust in something and we just go for it, and then we land in this bad weather, it makes us think, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Right? It's kind of like you go on vacation. You just say, hey, you know what? Let's go on vacation this year. And you go to Hawaii. I don't know if that's where people still go. I don't remember the last time I've been on vacation. You go to Hawaii, and you have all these wonderful expectations, but then you get there, and the first day you're there, as soon as you land, it's just bad weather. It's gloomy out. It's humid but wet and rainy, and it's just blah, right? And you start to think, maybe this was a mistake. Maybe I should have stayed home. Maybe I should not have done this, you know? But you took a chance. This was a fresh start, and it wasn't defined yet. There was no plan exactly. Okay? You let your spirit lead you. Yeah. You said yes to this, not knowing exactly what it would be like, and now we're getting some weather, and that's okay. You're experimenting with this. It's not perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect yet. Okay? You've gotten off the familiar path. You went on a new adventure. You know? And this kind of is like, this is the birth of a new self. A new self is born the moment you risk stepping off the familiar path. Trust the step. It was the right step for you. Even though right now your heart and your mind are thinking, should have stayed home. Would have saved money. I wouldn't be sitting here in the hotel just with it raining and pouring outside. I can't go parasailing or snorkeling or whatever else you do on vacation. Basically, Spirit's way of saying endure. Endure. It's going to be okay. But we've got to entertain the Five of Swords and this Five of Cups, you know. It's the weather. And maybe, since we're over here on the path of the Serpent later, you can find ways to enjoy the rainy day by doing some fun things inside or whatever, you know. But first, Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a little bit of confusion. This is us kind of asking questions, looking for answers, and perhaps, you know, trying to find a solution. But this is a little bit of anxiety or self-doubt. Okay. I think that you're usually a very cautious and very realistic person. You've got a good head on your shoulders, Cancer. I know you do. And so when you take a leap, and now it's kind of feeling like, uh-oh, maybe that was the wrong decision, you know? I feel like you have a tendency to sort of start ruminating or overthinking things a little bit. Okay? Don't let, you know, this kind of self-doubt or second-guessing, don't let it run the show. Don't let your negative self-talk or that self-doubt or that internal dialogue sort of make decisions for you right now. The Hanged Man is saying, don't move, just hang out, right? Pun intended there. Just endure the phase of things that you're in now. Don't give up on it. The weather is going to get nice, okay? I promise you. It's going to be a good day, but we've got to just stick it out. Something maybe like isn't as bad as we are imagining it to be. So don't spiral. Okay, trust me. I know this feeling. Breathe, ground yourself, reassess yourself, give it another night, give it another day, wait till tomorrow, and then see how things feel, Fear is shrinking you. Okay? Before the reality ever does, because you know what? There are no pentacles here. There are no actual facts. There are no things, there's no reality here. This is all mental and emotion. And even the Fool is mental energy, right? Air, pure air. This is kind of like, I didn't even think about it, I just jumped into it. And now my heart and mind are freaking out. And that's okay. Okay? But this kind of anxiety or this self-doubt is going to shrink you before the reality of the situation ever actually does. Don't let your mind create a reality that isn't there yet. No pentacles. It's not actually what you think it is yet. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is the crucial aspect of this, the critical point. Yeah. The more we think about it, the worse it's going to be. But nothing is a fact yet. Nothing is a concrete reality yet. And that's probably part of your worry too. On the other end of that, right? It feels like I want something to hurry up and be real and be stable and be concrete, present. But it's not yet. And that's I'm freaking out a little bit, So I think we want the pentacles here, but since they're not, it's kind of like we don't know the reality yet. So we can't make any decisions yet. Okay? What we have is a Knight of Wands. Leadership. Vision. Maintain your authority here. Maintain the direction. This is a strong-willed, a visionary person. This is you confidently leading this, focusing your fire, channeling it toward your goal. This is you holding that vision with your willpower, holding on to that fire, regardless of what the heart and the mind are doing. See, this is the path here. Zoom this way. The Fool has leaped into something and we've committed to it and we're going to see it through. This is all weather. Yeah. Focus your fire. Move like someone who knows where they're going. Yeah. Confidently. Authority. Your sense of purpose now. Not hesitation. Your fire has direction. So again, Spirit's sort of saying, keep doing what you're doing, even though there is rain and there is weather and there is, you're this bonfire. You're trying to keep the fire going while there's a lot of wind and rain. Trying to put the fire out. Don't let it put the fire out. Yeah, this is your fire kind of raging a little bit, surging that fire. We're feeding that fire and it's growing stronger despite the weather. It's the fire that is defying the wind and rain and saying, you're not going to put me out. Now, I'd like you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. These readings are free. Your general energy is the Ten of Cups. Fulfillment, completion, emotional overflow, peak joy. I feel like that this path is this is for all the marbles. The Fool jumped into this thinking this is either going to be the absolute dream come true or it's not. So this is you feeling this. This is you believing in this, and this is you acknowledging that this is here. Right? This is real and this is going to work. This is how you want your life to feel. And this is your general energy. So I feel like you're a very generous person. You're very loving. And I kind of feel like you're the one that has to keep morale high in your life, you know. Despite all this energy, I feel like you're going to choose to be cheerful. You're going to choose to be grateful. You're going to be joyous, and you're going to share that joy. You're going to uplift yourself and others. Okay? And the thing about the 10 of Cups is that it contains all the other cups. So you got a 5 of Cups in here. You got the 7 of Cups in here. You have disappointment. You know, you have, the swamp, escape kind of feeling. It's all part of the path. A life that is full and whole has rainy days in it. I wouldn't want to live anywhere where it was just sunny and warm every day. I feel like Bill Hicks, sunny and warm. Today's forecast, sunny and warm. Tomorrow, sunny and warm. Every day, sunny and warm. Or is it hot and sunny, I guess? Maybe, I can't remember verbatim, I don't know. Paraphrasing Bill Hicks. I wouldn't want to do that. Okay? Because it diminishes the flavor of hot and sunny. It's like if everything you eat is so salty, nothing's going to taste good anymore. You have to have some other flavors in there, even if you don't like it. I don't like sour stuff. Well, sometimes you need some sour stuff so the sweet stuff tastes good, tastes really sweet, Try that next time you're in the kitchen. Have something really sour, and then have something that's just sort of sweet. Have a lemon, and then have an orange. And tell me that's not fun. And so that's kind of the 10 of Cups. We want this full and rich life. And I think you're somebody that is trying to be positive. Yeah. But I also feel that this card can be emotional overwhelm. Sometimes this can be too much water. And that's what we have right now, is too much water. And you may feel as if you are responsible for the emotions of other people too. I have a hard time just dealing with my feelings. Now I got to deal with yours and yours and yours and yours and yours and yours. Now I'm responsible for everybody else's mood when I can't even really manage my own all the time. So that might not be a really sustainable way for you to operate. You don't have to carry everybody else's emotional baggage. Well, the Fool kind of is traveling light anyway. So let's not, the Fool just got rid of some baggage. And now are we taking on new baggage? You may be, this is your general energy, you may be taking on too many of the emotions of other people. Okay? The Princess of Cups in your environment. You are sensitive to other people's vibes. Okay? This is also the card that is saying, let's get creative. Okay? Let's get imaginative. Let's find a way to feel what we're feeling in this moment. We're not gonna run away from our disappointment or our sadness or the melancholy, or whatever it could be. But maybe we could find ways to just enjoy the time that we're in now. If we feel like things have gotten stuck, things have stagnated, we feel like it's a rain delay, or we feel as if there is a lot of turbulence right now before things start to make more progress. How can we cheer ourselves up? This is a card that's saying let's express ourselves artistically to help process emotions. Right? Do something out in the world, in the environment. Whatever environment you are in, do something artistic or expressive to help you process all these feelings right now in real time. Okay? So do something while it's raining outside. Do something indoors. We used to play board games or do puzzles. We used to draw pictures. I used to love drawing. Still do. Don't do it as often as I want to. Approach the people in your life with softness, but also recognize the need for boundaries. Okay? Stay open. Stay gentle with yourself. Take it easy. Okay? Sometimes when it's a rainy day, it's a good opportunity to just do some self-care. It's a good day, it's raining outside. I can't go outside and do any projects. Okay, well, it's a good time for me to just take a bubble bath. You know, for me, that's the best time to take a bubble bath is when it's cold and rainy outside. So let's do some other things. Okay? Let's do some other things that that might help us in this situation. The Two of Cups is absolutely beautiful because this is love. This is connection, harmony. This is reciprocity, mutual support. I feel like you are a loyal and affectionate person. This is the position of our fear, worry, concern. I think the fear for you is that this love isn't as real as you thought it was. That's part of our Seven of Cups energy. That maybe you're starting to wonder if this situation is genuine or if you were misled. Because the Seven of Cups will usually be something masquerading as perfect harmony and bliss. But it's really a swamp. And I think that, kind of what your mind is asking now is did I get to the oasis or did I get to the swamp? And it's we're trying to figure that out. You don't know for sure yet, so don't make any moves. That's what Spirit is saying. Keep doing what you're doing as if this were paradise. As if this were, you're on the Big Island, right? Aloha to all my Hawaiian friends. Proceed as if this is real and genuine. Proceed as if this is paradise. And not, that this is the oasis and not the mirage or the swamp. Because the lack of pentacles, you just don't know yet. Okay? The Two of Cups is that genuine connection. Mutual support, safety, love, real, true love. Doesn't mean that this is a romantic situation, but yeah, it could be. This could be your school, it could be your new house, it could be your new job, it could be a friendship. It just could be life, It could be a romantic thing. This is two people meeting halfway and sharing each other. It's a two-way street of love. Reciprocity, connection, okay? Harmony and attraction. And the fear, because of the position, the fear is that this isn't what you thought it was, or this isn't what you wanted, or this isn't what you were promised, or this isn't what you expected, etc., etc., etc. Don't react yet. Stay the course. Continue to act as if this is paradise, and we will see what happens. Okay? The five of Cups is saying that, yes, maybe right now things don't immediately feel the way we thought it would feel. We don't know whether or not it is actually that way. We can't confirm these emotions. We don't want to just cling to them and then assume them to be absolute truth. Because this is just a feeling. Okay? This isn't fact yet. We don't have any facts. We've got one swords cards, and it's saying, I don't know the facts. We don't have the facts. When you're this emotional, facts are your friends. We don't have any. So therefore, don't make a final judgment yet. Continue operating as if this were real and right and good and healthy and strong and the way you want it, even though right now we're saying, I don't know if it feels the right way. We don't want to identify with this and assume it to be true, because this is a wave of emotion. When this washes away, another wave's going to take its place. We don't know. Okay? But I do feel like this is at least water is moving. Okay? And the Two of Cups, like this is the sunny day. Look at that. The water's like glass. Perfect blue skies. This is what we wanted. This is what we were hoping for. But we didn't get that. And so now we're thinking, oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't have gone to Hawaii for my vacation. No, give it another day. I guarantee the sun's going to come out. How much you want to bet mystery card will be the sun? If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's see. It's not, but it is the Page of Wands. It is your fiery spark. It is your enthusiasm returning. It is kind of saying, like, this spark is still there. You're still curious. You're going to go, you're going to explore. Okay? This is a playful and enthusiastic energy. This is a fresh impulse that's awakening. I feel like this is the sun starting to come out again. We're starting to feel like, okay, hey, you know what? It wasn't so bad. It's not as swampy as I thought. It's, we're exploring. Okay? You're giving yourself permission to follow this spark and say, okay, I've got to give it a chance. Can't judge it right away. Don't have the facts yet. I've got to get out there and experience it first. And I don't know how long it's been. Maybe it's been a week, a month, a year. I don't know. Maybe this is your first day on the job and you're thinking, nope, I hate it. You got to give it a chance, Or this is you implemented some new idea. Or you took a chance on a new path. You got to give it some time. You got to give yourself permission to be at white belt. The page is a squire. A squire is a knight in training. Giving ourselves permission to not be already a master at something, or not already be fully matured into this situation. When you first start, there's going to be a lot of different emotions, a lot of thoughts swirling around. But this, if you left now, it would be like you quit before you even threw one dart at the dartboard. It's like you just walked in and just looked around and said, no, I can't do it. I quit. You didn't even sit down and feel your chair or anything. You know what I mean? Like you didn't even clock in yet. And that's the Page of Wands. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.